Il peut plus respirer, arrête! Arrête, il peut plus respirer!
If this right here isn't terrorist activity, then what is? All right, it is getting cold this winter and heating costs are rising like crazy. That's why I've decided to drive back old man winter this season with the Cold Killer. I've been using this thing every single day to keep warm while I'm working on videos. Within seconds of turning it on, you've got insta heat. I mean, I am pretty impressed with how much heat this thing throws off. There's a fan, a high and a low setting, and you can set a 1, 2, or 3 hour timer. If it tips over, there's an emergency cutoff switch. Head on over to thecoldkiller.com, get 50% off, and live in heated comfort this winter. The link is in the description.
I don't know if you've seen this. Apparently, this is a couple days old. Reportedly, from Disclosed TV, this is the Canadian police storming an illegal gathering of 6 people in a Gastineau home after a neighbor ratted them out and the residents resisted. You want to see terrorism? This is terrorism right here. And the only crime that was committed is that people decided to meet in a home with a gathering of more than 6 people. Oh my God. If you are not free to meet with as many people as you want to meet with in your own home, in private, you're not free. Watch this. And let me just give you a warning. If your blood pressure runs high, this is probably something that you don't want to take a look at, because this will piss you off. If you have a pulse, this will piss you off.
Fuck you! No, sir! Fuck you! Il peut plus respirer, arrête! Arrête, il peut plus respirer!
That's domestic terrorism right there. That's domestic terrorism. When the thin blue line, I don't care if it's from Canada or Australia or New Zealand or Japan or America, that's the thin blue line gang executing domestic terrorism on Canadian soil or American soil or New Zealand soil. That's domestic terrorism right there. On camera for all to see. But for some reason, people short circuit when they see that they have a badge and a gun and come with the authority of the state, and they're like, no, this is legitimate. Because they have costumes on. And they say that they're police officers. It's okay. That's a human being pulling another human being out of his house for no other crime than he just wanted to meet with his family of more than 6 people. Oh, I didn't even see this. I didn't even see they had a girl back there with her hands behind her back. So it looks like they've taken this girl and that guy that they just took out, and this elderly person was trying to keep that other person from getting pulled out by a bunch of kidnappers.
Don't do that! We're people! Hey! Get the fuck inside! Get the fuck inside! No, get inside!
Bad Andy says, and if this doesn't piss you off, then read some of the replies to that tweet. Okay, I'll take a look at that. Thanks, Mad Mike. I appreciate that diamond.
Lâchez-les, s'il vous plaît, là. S'il vous plaît, les gars, là. Hey, lâchez-les, là. Ils sont 3 dessus, là. Hey, non, ils sont 3 dessus.
Yeah?
Hey, ils sont 3 dessus, là.
Get the fuck out in there! Jesus Christ! You fucking make things worse!
No!
Yes! What are you gonna do now? Stay there!
You have a shoes for the video? You have a shoes?
What?
You have a shoes?
Hey, c'est jour de l'an. Come on, guys. Hey, vous avez pas le droit de tirer quelqu'un de la maison.
Je sais pas qu'est-ce qui s'est passé.
Vous avez pas le droit. Moi, je veux voir votre sergent.
Avez-vous des chaussures?
Non, j'ai pas de celui.
You have a shoes?
Non, j'en ai pas de celui. Donne-y ça. Attends, toi, là. Oh my God. C'est un mandat? Moi, je vais avoir votre mandat pour vous me refaire. Non.
La chose à faire, c'est juste de collaborer.
collaborer.
Hey, c'est quoi? Vous m'avez tiré en doigt. On a sa caméra sur un tabarnak. Vous avez tiré mon fils.
Écoutez, madame, si vous avez un problème, votre sergent il est en route.
C'est tant mieux.
OK? Vous n'êtes pas d'accord au travail policier, vous avez des recours, vous les prendrez.
Merci.
après.
Close the door. Close the door. I don't want to see those people anymore.
So if it's true that all that brought this on, all that brought these cops to this door was that there was a gathering of 6 or more people in this private residence, it's pitiful. So people were saying, read the comments. Let them gather illegally. They can also sign away their right to health care if they contract COVID and go back to the line, go to the back of the line for a bed in ICU. That comment got ratioed. It's sheeple like you not seeing the big picture that is perpetuating this scam. This person talking about this person right here. I give that person a thumbs up for that. The law is the law. It's made to be respected and followed and not be broken. I'm sorry, but people are unable to police themselves, and we have proof of that every day. So look at this ratio right here. 29 likes, 210 comments. I'm sure a lot of people gave this person a piece of their mind. That is just that's about as sheep-like a comment as you can get. There is no law, and yes, this is Nazi Germany. The law is the law. In other words, the words of politicians are the words of politicians. That's all law is. It's the politicians that said you can't gather in a group of 6 or more people, and then it's the law enforcers that put the teeth on those laws. So what this person is basically saying, the law is the law, whether it is a moral or immoral law. If it's a moral law, then it's a redundancy because natural law already covers that. If it's an immoral law, what you have is absolute corruption. The only reason they make laws is for 2 reasons: to transfer wealth and power, to transfer wealth from you to them and power from you to them. That's the only 2 reasons you put a law in place, is so that they can lord it over you. That is a Nazi Germany scenario. Even worse, even the weren't this bad to their own citizens. No disease is an excuse for this. Yeah, even if there was a real legitimate disease that was killing people in the streets, that doesn't give anybody the right to take away your rights. Why? Because they don't have that power. You don't have power to take away their freedoms. They don't have power to take away your freedoms. You know, even when I was growing up as a kid, nobody was wearing masks or social distancing or sheltering in place or waiting for the contact tracers or beating people over the head because they weren't wearing a ritualistic shame muzzle. We just exercised common sense. Hey, if the kids are sick, it might be a good idea just to keep them home. There was no mandate coming down from the governor or the mayor or the president of the United States. Nobody was saying, yeah, you got to get, yeah, there were propaganda campaigns, but there wasn't this, if you don't wear a mask, you're not going to be able to shop for groceries or buy a car or pay your light bill. It doesn't matter if there's a legitimate law. There's no such thing as a legitimate man-made law anyway. It doesn't matter. And the people who brought more evil into this world are people who turn their minds off and just become frickin' order followers. That's how most evil enters the world. The otherwise rational, normal human beings suspend their critical thinking and do this kind of thing to their fellow humans. It's unconscionable. Unconscionable. What have they become? Are they moralists or are they conformists? You can't be both. If you're a conformist, you're doing you're told regardless of what is right. If you're a moralist, then you're doing what is right regardless of what you're told. And this right here ain't right. Even if there was a violent, deadly, infectious disease on the horizon, this will never be right. There's never any justification to harm innocent people, ever. When you start doing that, you start committing criminal activity, and that's exactly what we saw here.
Guys, we already know that they want to decimate the dollar, destroy the economy, bring us into a cashless society, and eventually make it difficult for us to even get food. That's why I constantly promote My Patriot Supply. Every chance I get, I turn my fiat currency notes into long-term storable food. This stuff is awesome. It's got a 25-year shelf life. And one thing we're all going to need is storable food. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. With my link in the description, you get $100 off of every order instantly. It'd be a good idea to order it while you can, because I'm not sure how much longer they're going to be able to ship this out. My link for your $100 off discount is in the description below.